Hello everyone, I am Surendra Jain, Master Teacher of Mathematics in Vedantu. I am presenting you the solutions of JEE Advanced 2022. Right now I am discussing paper 2 and question number 13. This is MCQ type. Little tricky question. Please see what this is. We are given three vectors A, B, C, and we are given B2, B3 is greater than 0, A dot B 0, and this additional relation in which this matrix, which looks like skew symmetric matrix, multiplied with 1 B2 B3, which is actually the components of B in in column form. And on the right hand side you can check it is just A minus C, isn't it? A minus C, the elements of component of A minus C is written on that right hand side. Now what we can think of here, please see this first row of this skew symmetric matrix. If you notice, it is actually I cap cross C. If you take the cross product of I with C, I component will be 0, okay, 0 into I cap. J component will come with when I is multiplied with K. So I cross K is minus J, so it will be minus C3J. And then for K it will be C2 into K. So this is my first row, you can check. And similarly, I will leave this for you, or you can verify that if I do J cross C, it comes out to be C3 I cap plus 0 J cap minus C1 K cap. Let us check. J cross I is minus K, so C1 will be coming with minus sign. J cross J is null vector. J cross K is I, so C3 I cap. Similarly, if I take K cross C, it will be equal to the last row, that is minus C2 I cap plus C1 J cap plus 0 K cap. It can be checked. K cross I, K cross I is J, so with plus sign C1 J you can check. K cross J is minus I, so C2 minus with minus sign. So actually this matrix rows are coming out from I cross C, J cross C, K cross C. Okay, now you can understand that this entire thing is actually, this entire thing can be written like I cross. If I compare both sides actually, so I can write this as I cross C dot B vector, because this first row will be multiplied with this column. It is equivalent to taking dot product of I cross C with B vector, and it is coming out to be 3 minus C1. Okay, I can also write this as, please listen carefully, it is just the box product of ICB. ICB. So this box product can also be written as C cross B cross I. C cross B dot I. Let me check. CBI, CBI. Yes, it can be written like this. Okay, so I hope you understand that if C cross B dot I is this, that means 3 minus C1 is the X component of C cross B. Let me write it completely. We can write J cross C dot B as 1 minus C2, and I can rewrite this as C cross B dot J. Similarly, I can write K cross C dot B, and that will be minus 1 minus C3, and this will be C cross B dot K. Okay, so these three actually are X component, Y component, Z component. You can think of as if my C cross B is equal to Xi. Yeah, there is no mention of X in this question, I suppose. Yes, so Yj plus Zk. Okay, so taking dot product of C cross B with I cap will give you X. So this C3 minus C1 is I cap. So I think we have got C cross B to be equal to, C cross B to be equal to 3 minus C1 into I cap plus 1 minus C2 into J cap minus, or let me write plus minus 1 minus C3 into K cap. And you can check, this is actually 3I plus J minus K, which is vector A here. and minus common, then it will be, I think, C vector here. So we have got A to be equal to C plus C cross B. Okay. Yeah. Now, if I take dot product, I am calling this as equation 1. If I take dot product with C both side, A dot C will become mod C square, because C dot C cross B will be 0. Here C mod C square cannot be 0, because otherwise C1, C2, C3 all has to be 0, and there is no meaning then if C1, C2, C3 all become 0. I think this matrix will become null vector, null matrix. So I think there is no meaning of, this mod C becoming 0. So this A dot C cannot be 0. Now if I take dot product with B both sides, so A dot B will be equal to C dot B. C dot B is also B dot C, and A dot B we are given as 0 in the question. So this C dot B will be 0. So I think this B has to be the answer. So that is one thing that we have obtained. Now how to get these in equation for mod B and mod C? For that, what we can do, we can rewrite this equation 1 as A minus C is equal to C cross B, and do the squaring both side, If I do the squaring, means we are taking the dot product with themselves. So this will become mod A square plus mod C square minus 2A dot C. 2A dot C is mod C square only. Okay. And on the right hand side, it will be mod B square, mod C square. And dear all, please listen carefully. B is perpendicular to C. So angle between them will be 90. So sine 90 is 1. There is no need to write that. So what we have got here, mod A square, we know it is 9 plus 1 plus 1, so 11. And if I take all the C terms there, it will become mod C common, mod C square common, and it will be B square plus 1 here. Okay. Now please see, from this equation number 2, we can conclude, we can conclude mod B square plus 1 has to be greater than or equal to 1, isn't it? In fact, if B is not null vector, then mod B square will also be non-zero, so this will be greater than 1. So here we can very easily conclude that mod C square, which I can also write as 11 upon mod B square plus 1, this has to be less than or equal to 11. It has to be 11, or for mod C, if I write, it will be less than or equal to root 11. So that is the answer for this question. This D is also the answer for this question. Now coming to B part, let us see how we can derive B. Okay, I think we have not used one thing here, that B2, B3 is greater than 0. That is one thing that we have not used. Let us see if that thing can be used here to prove this or not. Okay, and if anything that I am missing here, let me check. Okay, yes, A dot B is 0, they have given. I think I am going to use that also once again. A dot B, if I write, it will be 3 plus B2 minus B3. And A dot B they have given as 0. So I think we get B3 minus B2 is equal to 3. And we are looking for mod B square. Mod B or mod B square. Mod B square will be 1 plus B2 square plus B3 square. Let us see how we can correlate this thing. Now we can write this after squaring. B3 square plus B2 square is equal to 3 plus 2 times B2 B3. Okay, so here I can write this as 1 plus, I think this will be 9, not 3, it will be 9. So 1 plus 9, 10 here, plus 2 B2 B3. And because B2 B3 is positive, so this mod B square has to be greater than 10. Okay, and this mod B has to be greater than root 10. So my answers are B, C, D. Let me check. Yeah, B, C, B, D we have already obtained. So B, C, D are the answer for this question. So this completes this question number 13. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more questions. Bye, bachcho.